Twice, Alexei has risked his life in the hope of finding survivors, finding family, and twice he has fled town, vowing never to return, his hopes completely crushed. But perhaps now he has an opportunity to start a new life. Yes, indeed, Alexei is slowly coming to terms. So perhaps his family didn't survive. Perhaps he'll never find any other survivors. Perhaps he's all alone. And he's spent 2 nights now in this house, in this rural community just to the north of the city of Klin, and it is perhaps starting to feel a little bit like home. So he spent a couple of days clearing out the area, but there's still work to be done. As you can see, as we got a welcoming committee straight away, there is always another zombie. So he's gonna have to just clear the surrounding area, really make sure that there's not going to be a zombie looking to eat him while he sleeps soundly at night. So it's time to search the neighborhood, clear it, cleanse it of the undead. So Alexei did a pretty good job yesterday of walking the neighborhood, walking the streets and clearing it of zombies. He probably took out several dozen. And so he's decided to try and make things a little bit easier. We're going to shout, we're going to walk around town, we're going to shout, draw the neighbors out, the zombies out from all the little nooks and crannies, all the places where you can't see them. So Alexei is retracing his steps from the previous day, and you can see all the good work that he did. Again, we're going to continue to shout, and there's not been much of a response. So I'm not expecting there to be great big hordes of zombies. Of course, a tempting fate a little bit perhaps there, but I think we've pretty much cleared out most of the zombies, and we're now just trying to find the last remaining few. Okay, so I don't think Alexei's been down this side street before. With a little bit of shouting, so I think we're going to expect maybe a little bit more of a response from all that shouting, maybe a few more zombies. But overall it's pretty quiet, and I think most of the work is done. Although, clearly I spoke too soon. There was a group of zombies, I think. It's a bit tricky because a lot of the yards have got high fences around them. So there's sort of quite a few zombies perhaps in yards that are just sort of outside, and they can't see Alexei either, so they're not really... Ooh, that is nice. They're not really responding. More cigarettes, in fact. Yeah, let's have a smoke, calm Alexei's nerves. Well, I've got to say, there's some really interesting properties in this small community. There's only about a dozen houses, but this is a third one with a well. It's also got a greenhouse, and Alexei's found quite a few crops in the garden. There's another zombie in that house, but just taking a moment just to have a wash, tidy himself up a bit. Okay, so this house looks interesting. It has got several large rooms. It has got a high fence all the way around it. Has it got a high fence all the way around? It does. And it's got that well. Let's check it out. This might be a better option for Alexei. We've got this greenhouse here. Let's break and enter. See what is on offer in there. Okay, so for once we're in first time. Let's get the bag back equipped secondary. Okay, let's see what food there is. Again, I think I'm gonna... Ooh, that is a nice treat. Let's take that. Can't have too much food. I think this isn't going to be... We're not going to switch. We're going to stick with our original house. We're going to keep Alexei where he is. But let's continue just to clear the area of zombies and make sure it's safe. Okay, so Alexei's at the end of the row. and he just, I don't know, just kind of wanted to check out this property, and you can see there is a lot more crops, which is absolutely awesome. It's kind of getting to the point where there's actually going to be more crops than Alexei could realistically eat before they go off. But we'll take it. We'll take it. It's easy pickings. Wow, that was a bumper harvest. That's 22 cabbages. We've got about 40 cabbages now. We got some carrots. We got some potatoes. You know, Alexei's going to have a bottle of wine to celebrate. He's going to finish this red wine. Can't believe it's 5 o'clock already. Okay, so we're back at the main road. Just a few more blocks till we get to the end. Probably a couple more groups of zombies. Alexei's just removed the bandage on his left hand. Complete recovery. Okay, so Alexei's done a little bit more shouting. It's caused a little bit more attention. We've got some zombies moving in a few different directions, but we're at the end of the road. You can hear a zombie banging somewhere. Okay, we've got some synchronized head banging on the door there. Just check ahead in this yard and make sure it's clear. Okay, just the one zombie. There's one zombie inside. Absolutely desperate to come and say hi to Alexei, and yeah, he says hi in his own unique fashion. So unnerving when you can hear the zombie, but you can't see where they are. Yeah, and there's always another zombie. Always. Okay, let's finish this job. Ooh, now look at that. Now that is just what the doctor ordered. A full bottle of beta blockers. Now, at some point, Alexei really should make a proper search through every house here, really. He doesn't have to pick up everything, but there are some useful supplies he wants to find. Medical supplies of all sorts, but also some very valuable beginner's skill books. I mean, Alexei really needs to start learning about surviving for the long term. Okay, so Alexei's made it to the end, and yeah, when we said this was a farming community, we weren't wrong. That's a lot of crops. It's there just for show, though. Nothing that can't eat anything, but there's quite a few zombies around. So let's take care of business with the good old reliable police baton. Okay, well, here they come. Let's not back ourselves into a corner. We've got 4 or 5 zombies. There might be a lot more in the field, but nothing that Alexei can't handle. Let's continue on to the end. We'll do a great big loop around the perimeter of this community. Okay, so Alexei's found another sort of street that he's not been down, so expecting to see a few zombies here. It is difficult to see the roads and the paths when everywhere's just absolutely covered in snow. Now this car is not, I mean, it's not a candidate. Yeah, that's pretty beat up. Okay, the cleanup job continues just when you think it's all over and done with, and the area is pretty clear, pretty safe. Another group of zombies comes into view, and as we haven't really searched inside the houses either, we're going to find there's probably going to be a time where we just get a random zombie come from somewhere where they've sort of broken out from the house. Actually quite a few zombies in here. Yeah, they were having a party in there. Let's bring them outside. There's no way I'm going inside an enclosed small building with 3 or 4 zombies. Nope. I nearly messed that up. Now, if you heard that humming noise, that buzzing noise, I think that's the blackout. That is a blackout that's come in. So it's going to be difficult to keep food fresh, keep losing power. Okay, I can definitely hear. Yeah. Ooh, whoa. Whew, that was close. It kind of came out of nowhere. Those trees really do make it difficult to see what's going on. Yeah, we've got zombies coming in from all directions. Wow, there's another one just appearing out of nowhere with the trees. Ooh, okay. Okay, this escalated quickly. There is actually quite a lot of zombies There's still a lot of work for Alexei to do, it seems. I think we're going to have to take a chill pill. Going to have to take a chill pill. Okay, let's see. There we go. You can just see what a difference that panic makes. Wow. Now that was pretty emphatic. And I saw one of the zombies was a survivor. So that is absolutely awesome, because that means we've got another bag. Okay, so let's double back. Let's make use of that chill pill. Well, it makes Alexei a much more effective fighter. There's quite a lot of trees there. It's a little bit careless. It's a little bit risky. Don't want to get too confident. Where did you come from? Let's shout. Let's draw the zombies into the open. Let's be really wary of movement out the corners, because the zombies can just appear from behind the trees at any point, as we've seen. And there's always a zombie coming up from behind as well. Okay, so night is starting to fall. There's lots of trees really obscuring the view and seeing what is ahead. This is getting a lot more trickier than Alexei was expecting. He kind of thought that this was pretty much over and done with. There's a lot of trees ahead. Yeah, the night is really almost completely upon us now, and it is getting... Oof, that made me jump in. Really getting difficult to see. This is the last block. Oh, that is awesome. Short, blunt, another level up. Now this is only a couple of blocks away from Alexei's safe house, so clearly that house was not as safe as he thought. And clearly this rural community, this farming community, was a lot bigger, a lot more spread out than he thought as well. There is a zombie somewhere. Can I see them? No, I can't. But I can see this one, yeah. Yeah, this is starting to feel like this is unnecessarily risky. We nearly kind of walked right into an ambush there. It's getting really dark, so apologies. It's really difficult to see. Zombies, I can hear them, and I can't see them, which is not a good combination. What the hell was that noise? Things are getting spooky. Things are getting real spooky. Let's get out of here. Okay, Alexei's made it back to his base, and he did not enjoy walking through the dark like that. He was jumping at shadows, thinking he was hearing things. He definitely doesn't like leaving that window, that door open. He's got to remember to shut his door. But we're back home safe. Not as productive a day as Alexei was perhaps expecting at the start, but there are a lot less zombies in the world that there were at the start of the day, so we'll take it. But Alexei definitely needs a smoke to calm his nerves. And yeah, gonna get to bed. And tomorrow we're gonna hit the road. There's a couple of locations just north of here. So we're gonna jump in the car and check them out. We're gonna grab the generator from the blockade, the checkpoint just up the road. So there's still plenty to do. Okay, it's another day dawning. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. It is before the sun has fully come up, and yeah, Alexei's got slight panic. Sometimes he still suffers from sort of flashbacks, memories, recollections of, well, everything he's been through these last few days. Let's get him some breakfast. Let's empty the secondary bag we've got of loot. And let's hit the road. Let's get out of here. Let's get going. We've got a lot to do today. Okay, well that is all of the gear dropped off, so finally Alexei's ready to hit the road. But look at that, that is that's nature's bounty, isn't it? Look at that, 21 carrots, 31 cabbages, 6 potatoes, incredible. Okay, so we're just rolling on past the blockade, just to the west of that little rural community, and I couldn't remember what's here. And there's something here on the map, and it's exactly what Alexei needed. We've got a gas station. We're running low on gas. There's still power, so we should be able to just draw gas straight from the pumps, fill the car up. But there's a lot of zombies here. Now Alexei's actually rocking a spear with a butter knife. So the zombies, they really ought to look out. We're going to need to take a chill pill before we get to work though. Let's see just how effective a spear with a much maligned butter knife on the end. I really hate the butter knife because they always look so much more interesting when they're lodged in zombies. You see this huge knife and you think that looks awesome, but no, it's just a butter knife. But even with a spear with a butter knife on the end, Alexei still kicks ass. Okay, so Alexei's searched all the corpses, absolutely nothing of use whatsoever. But will you look at this fog rolling in? That is potentially going to make things quite a little bit more tricky for Alexei. But let's get inside the gas station. There's hopefully quite a lot of useful supplies in there. And then we'll fill up the car with gas. And we'll grab the generator from hold on there. We're going to grab the generator from the blockade, the checkpoint as well, and take that back home. That could end up being a really valuable resource. Okay, will you look at that? Another 30 cigarettes, and also, just as important, another box of matches. That puts Alexei, I think, at over 100 smokes. But look at that. Those snow globes, they look delicious. Let's have one of those right now. Alexei could do with some junk food. He is starting to lose weight. It is taking its toll on his body, this fight for survival, but there's a lot of good gear here. Okay, so Alexei's emptied the shelves. Fortunately, no zombie. We'll take it. I could use that as a weapon. No more food, but that is a really good amount of loot. Some more food, increasing Alexei's chances of survival. Let's see if we can fill up the fuel tank of this car. Man, it's starting to look really rough. We really do need to prioritize the replacement as soon as possible. But we're going to fill up the tank, and then we're going to get the generator and take that back. Okay, so there we go. Alexei's got power. We're filling up the gas tank. We're just about to go on a road trip. It's kind of like it's just a little slice of normal right now. Okay, so we've got a nice full gas tank on the car. That is really good. Alexei does not like this fog at all. This is another important thing to find a generator. We've still got power at the moment. We've still got power, but those rolling blackouts, they seem to be getting more and more frequent. It's only a matter of time before Alexei's going to be relying entirely on a generator to keep food fresh in the fridge, and also to keep the lights on. So let's get this back home. Okay, that's the generator safely delivered. We're not going to bother connecting it just now because we don't need it. I gotta say though, we really need to clear this yard of trees. The visibility, step out the front door, is not what he wants it to be. Alexei's going to study the map, and he wants to hit the road. He wants to check out other locations. There's still some valuable supplies he'd like to get his hand on. So we're just going to check the map and pick a target. Okay, so this is Alexei's world right now. This is the small farming community. It's pretty much been explored on foot by Alexei, so he's probably taken out 90% of the zombies that are in the neighborhood. There's going to be a few in the houses. This is where he is. That's his place where he rests his head at night at the moment. That may change in the future. This is where we just were, the gas station. There's the blockade that leads into the city. quite a long way away. We really are in the middle of nowhere. But one thing Alexei did not notice, somebody's not been, he did not see there was a path up here to here. So we're going to check that out before we go anywhere else. And this fog is really making it hard for Alexei to see just what is up ahead. Again, there's always another zombie. Let's see if we can find this path and see what's at the end of it. Okay, so I think Alexei's going to have to go in on foot. There is a path there, according to the map, but it is either just obscured too much by the snow and there's just too many trees. We have to keep a sharp eye on what's ahead, because we've got fog, we've got a lot of trees. Could blunder into a zombie at any moment. But curiosity always gets the better of Alexei. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. You can hear the zombies before you see them, and they just kind of come out of nowhere. The vision, what Alexei can see, is just obscured so badly by all these trees. Where the hell is the path? Okay, here we... What on earth was that? This is dicey. There's a lot of trees. Really difficult to see, but this is the building. It's going to be really interesting to see what it is. Let's hope it was worth it. Okay, so there's actually a couple of buildings here. Single story. Looks like it's just another house, or well, a couple of houses. And I'll have to try and come up that pathway again. Hopefully there's no alarm. That would be annoying, but I think we can actually go in. I keep seeing the trees wobble, and I keep thinking there's a zombie. And that doesn't help his nose either. I think we're going to go in and we're going to loot. Take whatever is available, what is useful. So we don't have to come back up here again. Hair gel. Might need that. Alexei wants to change his hairstyle. Ooh, yes. That is exactly the sort of thing that Alexei needs. I don't think there are any zombies, as I was saying, but always got to be on your toes. Always got to be ready. There doesn't seem to be any zombies inside. Oh, I was really hoping that there would be some guns in that cabinet, but not this time. Okay, again, a lot of food, a lot of useful loot without really having to risk his life. I mean, this has been a really good find, this rural community. It's right on the main road, so you don't have to drive very far, but it is secluded. But there's enough houses here, enough sort of loot, enough gear to really make it worthwhile. We found a generator, an incredible amount of food. But it's almost mid-afternoon already. Let's get back to the car. Oh man, this fog is actually just getting worse and worse, and I'm not even sure if Alexei's going to be able to see his car at this rate. There you go, you can see just how bad the fog is. There's the car. Couldn't see it until he was right on top of it. I've got nearly a full loot bag, so let's get this back to base and then we'll consider what we do next. Okay, so that is all of the loot dropped off. It's a lot of loot. Alexei's really gathered up a lot of useful supplies, particularly on the food mark. It's time for a smoke though. And it is 4:20. Alexei's starting to get drowsy. It is super foggy outside. Now I think is not the time to leave the safety of this area here to hit the road into who knows what would be ahead. It's going to get dark soon. There's nowhere within a couple of hours drive really. So what we're going to do, we're going to kill two birds with one stone. We're going to clear the yard of all of those trees. I do have an axe somewhere. Must be in the car. We're going to clear the yard of all the trees, and we're going to actually saw up a lot of the logs, and we're going to start barricading this house. Now, Alexei's still not entirely convinced that this is the right place for him. He would prefer somewhere perhaps a little bit more secluded. He still feels that this is maybe a little bit too close to town, and he would like to find somewhere with a nearer river. But for now, this is where he's going to be. This is going to be a safe house, but we do definitely need to make it safer. So let's cut down some trees and let's barricade those windows. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of hard work without a proper wood axe. But while we've still got a few hours of daylight left, this is probably the best use of Alexei's time for today. Oh man, Alexei really did underestimate just how many trees there are. I mean, look at those huge trees to the right there. We're not going to be able to clear the yard entirely of trees. So, I don't think the axe is going to hold the course as well. So we're just going to have to just try and cut down the trees that sort of really obscure Alexei's view when he comes out of the house in the morning. Man, there are some absolutely huge trees in this garden. I think we're going to have to leave this one as the last one. We've nearly completely worn out the axe. And you saw just how many chops it takes just to cut down one. And there's still several, I mean a good couple of dozen of those huge trees. It's too much to do in one go. We've got some logs. Let's saw them up. We've got a lot of windows on that ground floor. You want to get them all barricaded. Okay, so that's the first 4 logs sawed up. We're going to put 2... Oh my god. Oh, what was that? What on earth was going on there? I thought there was a zombie right behind me. We're going to try and put 2 planks on every window. I don't think we'll need any more than that, but we just need to make sure that this place is fully secure. So it turns out that this house has got an absolutely crazy amount of windows on the ground floor, something like 10 or 12. So it's taken Alexei a lot of time, a lot of effort, but that is it. That is done. Alexei will hopefully be able to sleep a lot more soundly at night now. Okay, it is almost 9 o'clock. Night is going to start coming down soon. Alexei's knackered. He's absolutely exhausted, but he's made this place a hell of a lot safer than just a few days ago, and it is slowly starting to feel like home. It doesn't feel, that's not decided if this is it, if this is the end, if this is where he's just going to stay. And there's the blackout. And there's the blackout. Just when Alexei was starting to feel a little bit better about things. But there's no way he's going back outside now. It is dark. It is foggy. He's just going to unwind with a bottle of wine, a smoke. And yeah, I guess he's going to have to try and shoot some pool in the dark. He'll give it a go. I mean, there's nothing else he can do right now. He needs to unwind, because boy, he has earned it. Okay, well look what Alexei has just found on the floor. He's had a smoke. He's had a bottle of white wine. So yeah, he's feeling a little bit tipsy. He's relaxed. As I said, he's going to shoot some pool. That is going to have to be it for today. I really hope you guys are enjoying it. Next episode, Alexei is going to be hitting the road. He's going to be hitting up some locations. He needs some important medical supplies, but also, perhaps, in the here and now, even more importantly, he needs some beer. He needs some alcohol. So he's going to be studying the map, seeing what is nearby, what is worth the journey, the risk of going out on the road again. But for now, that is going to have to be all. Peace.